Hello everyone, we are going to do the review for 2-paragraph expository writing, and please take note of the following. I hope you are ready, and if you are ready, please prepare your journal and we are ready to start. Let's take a look. So first of all, question number, please write it. If you scan it and I don't know about it, I have to guess which question, which is quite obvious, but if there are 4 questions, it won't be so obvious. So overview. We're going to divide them into 3 areas. First, for content, we're going to talk about these are the following, and we're going to talk about grammatical items, and last but not least, we talk about vocabulary. So, about content, we are exploring a number of issues. First is the definition of youth, PEL structure, the evidence, the rebuttal, and the quotes. So, let's take a look at the definition of youth. Youth, in this case, refers to a period when you're young. It could be a child, it could be adolescence, it could be like I guess a baby would be considered young, and teenager, you're definitely young. How about young adult is also young. So if you take a look at examples there, I'm a fairly football player in my youth, I guess it's a teenager, young adult. But if you look at the word itself, young adult, you have to put young in front of adult. So the word adult itself doesn't indicate that it's young. You spend youth in the bars of Dublin, you know, man found secret to eternal youth, staying young, and playing tennis with the youth on inside. So we're talking about a period. So if you define it in terms of children, that will be very, very narrow, or kids, which I'm going to speak about later. So please take note, you're talking about a time period when you're all the way from a toddler all the way to a teenager, nearing young adult perhaps. Okay, when you're writing, please think of PEL. You're supposed to write 2 paragraphs, but some of the paragraphs do not follow the structure. Why? Because when you use PEL, it's very clear. This has been proven a number of times. That is why you're learning the structure, and please follow it. And your point need to answer the question. If you don't answer the question, you're gonna have lots of problem later, because I have no idea what you're talking about. It's our point and all that. Followed by the evidence, followed by explanation, followed by a link. Let's take a look here. Look at the evidence. When you're looking for evidence, this student, take a look, does he have evidence? He doesn't really have evidence per se. He has this idea of an example, which is acceptable, but let's take a look at an example. For example, Steve Jobs, the successful owner of the famous phone company, he sells tablets as well, Apple, did not succeed overnight. When he was a young man, he decided to become an entrepreneur. When he made mistakes, he took extra time to reflect on his failures, so that he does not repeat them in the future. I think that is a valid point of example of Steve Jobs making mistakes, but you can probably do some research, find what mistakes did he make. Did he make it in the iMac? Did he promote an item which later become useless? So that example is something that you can use, and when you introduce the item, he will most probably did it in a year or so. So that year will be important as well. You need to quote that, and make sure your evidence is specific, and this example is something that you can bring with you into the examination, well, until you're secondary 4. Now let's take a look at rebuttal. If you look at the structure, you cannot see what is written in front is the introduction, followed by this paragraph is why you should make mistakes and why you should make mistakes, but there's no rebuttal. See? Do you see even the next one? Making mistakes early in life give the youth opportunities to build character. It's a positive point. There's no rebuttal at all. So my question, where is the rebuttal? Let's move on. So you're supposed to write 2 paragraphs. One is on supporting, the other one is on rebuttal. Let's move on to quotes, which is sort of part of your evidence, but it adds flair to your writing. This is from one of you, and I love this quote. It says the most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. You can't learn anything from being perfect. Okay, I love this quote. Please make sure you find out who said it, because it's important. Okay, don't just say there is a saying. Obviously there are a lot of sayings in the world, but this is specific. So this idea is about the most valuable thing. Why is it valuable? Because it is a mistake. And you can't learn anything from being perfect, meaning that you learn from your mistake, which you need to explain and link it to the context of the youth. So, is it a beautiful quote? Yes, I think so. But you need to explain it. If you don't explain it, this will be very difficult for you to understand, and it does not add to your composition. It's just a random saying that you take and put it inside, which I most probably can cancel it for you. Okay, let's move on to grammatical items. You have pronouns, SVA, tenses. Repeat again and with this. So let's take a look. Pronouns. We take the same example. Success before failure. Well, you should pick it a sentence. Success comes before failure, and this is how we learn. So when you use the word we, and Mr. Go is marking this, I am not a young person, even though I like to think so. So when you use the word we, people might not have the same viewpoint as you, so we shouldn't be using that. We mean Mr. Go and you. So do not use the word we. You can say young people learn, you can say how people learn, and that will be totally fine. So third person, make sure that it's clear. Don't use random question that's kind of we, because when you use the word we, the question says young people should be allowed to make mistakes. It does not tally, and I will be discombobulated. Thank you. Okay, SVA tenses, please make sure you check them. Some of you make mistakes, most of you don't, but please make sure you check them, especially when you start quoting a specific incident in the past. It should be in past tense. Okay, repeat again. So when you say the words repeat again, it's exactly saying it 3 times. When you say repeat, it's one more time. You say again is one more time. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to 3. So how do you write this? You say repeat or say again. That's all. Do not say repeat again. It's a very common mistake. Don't make it. With this, you see the word with this, it doesn't really add to your sentence. I have a sword, with this I can kill you. I have a sword, I can kill you. The meaning is the same. If you look at the hidden context there, with this is really redundant. So avoid it, don't write it, doesn't help in your writing. And last but not least, we move on to vocabulary without the word kid. And if you look at the dictionary itself, this is from Cambridge Dictionary, and it says a kid refers to a child, which is a youth, yes. But if you look above it, and a young person, if you look above it, it says informal, which means that this is a slang. So avoid using it as a slang. So what you should use is use young person, youth, or perhaps youngsters, okay? So that will be all content, grammar, and vocabulary. The rest of mistakes are given to you. So have a nice day, and please start writing your next draft. Thank you.